a video review of the Hotel Paradox in Santa Cruz, California. I'm Chris, this is Topher, you're watching Yellow Productions. We do travel guides that are fun, informative, entertaining, and in this video, we are going to be reviewing this hotel. We're going to show you the neighborhood around the hotel, the common areas of the hotel, the inside of one of the rooms, and we'll conclude with a Topher rating. Topher right here is going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. But this hotel is truly a paradox. Why is it a paradox? Well, is it an upscale boutique hotel or is it a cheaply renovated motel? It is a paradox. As you see, it's kind of weird. I'll show you everything that's weird and strange, and I'll let you know which one it is at the end of the review. Here we go. As you pull up to the front of the hotel, you're greeted by the big paradox sign. There's a valet drive right here. Valet parking is $15. There's plenty of ample self-parking just around the side and the back of the property, $10 a night. As you enter into the hotel, there are 2 doors. The door on the left takes you down the long hotel bookcase, and if you took the door on the right, well, it would bring you here to the check-in lobby that has a really interesting big log for a desk. I will point out that they welcome pets. It's a pet-friendly hotel, and if you let them know your pet's name, they'll put it on this signboard right at the front. Just in back of that long hallway, there's the hotel's restaurant, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the bar back here. We'll talk more about that in the review section. Also, in the middle of the lobby is this really interesting, like, tree-looking room. It's like a conference room, but definitely I've never seen a conference room that looks anything like this before. They have complimentary tea and coffee in the morning that then gets replaced by kind of a lemon-infused water for the evening. Just outside the restaurant is the hotel swimming pool. There's a hot tub and a swimming pool. There's heaters out here. There's cabanas. It's pretty neat. It's got kind of a cool vibe. When we were here and it was cold, you could see the steam coming off the pool, and at nighttime it turns into have kind of almost a lounge type vibe to it. The Hotel Paradox is located on Ocean Street. This street you're looking at right here. It's probably the main exit off of the 1 freeway into Santa Cruz. Just on the backside of the hotel is the Santa Cruz Riverwalk Park. In the distance right here, you can see downtown Santa Cruz. It's about a half-mile walking, so about a 10-minute walk to downtown Santa Cruz. And you can walk along this riverfront park actually all the way to Santa Cruz's main beach. It's about a mile if you choose to walk all the way to the beach boardwalk. By the way, if you're wondering what the room looks like in the dark, it looks like this. Actually, right as we checked in, power outage. So this is just a little bit of light I've got right here. This is actually the first time I've been in a hotel with a power outage, so at least there's some lights out in the hallway, but hopefully it comes back on soon. This is room 404, a 2-queen bed room on the 4th floor. Come on in, let me show you around. Actually, you're already in. And by the way, usually rooms look really nice when I do these reviews, but this one, there was a power outage, and so we already started to unpack, so you'll just have to deal with a little bit of stuff in the video. So it's got 2 queen beds, it's got these fancy wooden headboards, 2 lamps over here. Topher is hanging out. Look at this, it's Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is known as Surf City, so of course they've got surfing magazines right there, Santa Cruz Waves. Those drawers open up to put your stuff in. Over here on this very interesting desk table, they've got this lamp. It's a wooden lamp. This whole place, it's a paradox. This cup, it's yellow. It's my Dickies cup. It wasn't in here. Leather chair. Flat panel television. Come over here, let me show you this stuff. So on the extended part of this desk here, we have some interesting objects. We have this bottle. This says "Save the Planet, Drink Me." It is a water bottle to fill up water outside in these water bottle filling machines. Ice bucket. Pellegrino, some interesting roasted almonds and dried cranberries. A very interesting, it's not an espresso machine, it's a espresso machine. I have no idea what espresso is, but it's illy. It's got illy things over here. And there's also this Paradox Courier newspaper that tells you about all of the sustainable goods that they source their stuff from here, and a calendar of upcoming events. Underneath, down here, there is a little mini refrigerator. And there's about 3 more drawers to put stuff in. Now come over this way and I'll show you inside the bathroom. First thing when you come in the bathroom, there are 4 light switches. It's really interesting. And so, you know, I said this is a detailed review, but I won't tell you what they all do. You're gonna have to come and find out what those 4 switches do. The closet is right here, kind of this odd corner closet. It has things that closets usually have in it. And then coming into the bathroom here, ooh, this is interesting. This is what the soaps and things like that come on. They come on this like wooden, almost like chopping board kind of thing. And the soaps and shampoos in the room, they're like green moss or something like that. Toilet, and then it's got one of these showers that just has like a glass curtain on it. Really fluorescent, garish lighting in here. Oh, good morning. Sorry, you just caught me reading the newspaper. Or the Santa Cruz comic newspaper. Hey, so do you know what time it is now that we've seen everything around the hotel, Topher? What time is it?
It's Topher review time.
It's time for us to review the hotel. For those of you who watch our reviews regularly, you'll know we rate things on a scale of 1 to 5 Tophers. So Topher, how many Tophers does this hotel get?
3.5 Tophers.
3.5 Tophers. So now we'll talk about the pros and the cons of why this hotel got 3.5 Tophers. First in the pros section, and I'm gonna start with answering the question that I asked at the beginning. Is this a upscale boutique hotel, or is it a cheaply renovated motel? Frankly, I think it's a little bit of both, actually. It's clear that this hotel was something else before, and frankly, Santa Cruz as a place has a bunch of cheap motels. This actually, I feel like, has been renovated and redone pretty well, though it still retains some of those bones of a motel. For example, you enter the room from these outdoor catwalks, but maybe what's actually good about that is that there's no rooms across the hallway, because there's no room out there. There's no doors that are banging. There's also no stinky hallway smell. So actually, I feel like they've redone it pretty well. And this kind of cheeky vibe, I think it's fairly cohesive, like it works together. And so it's kind of a neat, interesting place to stay that's not a typical Marriott. Other pros, it's got a pretty good location in Santa Cruz. It's pretty central to everything. It's just a half mile to downtown. It's just a mile to the boardwalk, so it's pretty close to things. And also, if you're a Marriott Elite member and you get the free breakfast benefit, I will say the breakfast in the restaurant was pretty good. 3 days I had the Eggs Benedict because Eggs Benedict, it's hard to find a lot of places, it's hard to find good. They make a pretty good one here. We also enjoyed the French toast and the avocado salmon toast. So now let's go on to cons, and it's about breakfast too. Cons, interesting, the breakfast benefit, they basically give you $12 per person. And yes, the cheapest item on the breakfast menu is $12, so you're gonna be spending like an extra $1 for the Eggs Benedict, an extra $4 for the avocado toast. I just feel it's kind of cheap to be like, oh, here's your breakfast, and then give me a bill at the end for $2. I mean, maybe I'm cheap for paying it, but compared to places like the Park Hyatt Washington, D.C. that offers whatever you want to eat on the menu, I just feel it's a little cheap to be charging me $3 for my breakfast. I mean, the food was good, I'm just insulted by the $3 charge. The other con, this is related to location too, and I said it was a pro, but this con, it's central, but it's not right next to anything. So yeah, it's a mile to the beach and you could walk there, but that's 20 minutes. It's near downtown, but you'll probably want to drive. So you pretty much probably want a car if you're coming here, and they do charge you for parking. It is $10 for parking here. The service was also kind of inconsistent. Our housekeeper, I guess one time she forgot her glove on the counter. He, could be a he too. The housekeeper forgot their glove in the bathroom. And also one time we came in, the towels, they'd fell off the rack and they were on the floor. We didn't get our toilet paper roll replaced. One day we had 3 big towels, another day we had 2 big towels. So the whole thing was just kind of inconsistent from a housekeeping service perspective. Maybe we just didn't have the most fantastic housekeeper. I'm not sure. So now on the cheaply renovated motel part. So this looks nice, right? Like it's fancy looking, the bed looks nice. This comforter, pretty cheap, not really warm. The mattress, kind of like feels like a courtyard mattress. The bathroom, the tiles feel like some of the original tiles. So definitely when they redid this, they weren't going all out from a budget perspective. They definitely tried to see how cheap they could make it, but still look nice at the same time. One more pro, the rooms, I guess because this is a fairly old hotel, the room size was still pretty big when they built it. So the rooms are spacious, we didn't really feel cramped, though I kind of wish they would have put like a little seating area in the room. That would have been nice. And a final con, actually, I said it in the pro section, all these pros have a corresponding con, is this window that's out here. Because it looks out on the catwalk, you're not really gonna be having that curtain open all that much unless you want everybody that walks in the hallway to be looking in your room, right? So it's like, they'll tell you, oh, it's great, your room has a pool view, except about the only time you'll be looking at it is when you leave the room, not from inside the room. They did redo the pool really well. Most motels have a really sad looking pool. Their pool actually looks pretty neat, particularly up here on the 4th floor. They've got these string lights. The hotel also has these neat big redwood trees that they've strung the lights between. So they've really created a pretty neat vibe in this hotel. One final note I forgot to mention as we were out the door flushing the toilet is this toilet is really loud. It sounds like a jet taking off or something like that. And actually when I said we couldn't hear doors opening or closing, what we could hear is toilets from other room flushing. Next time, Paradox Hotel, put in a little quieter toilets, okay? So if we were going to come to Santa Cruz again, the question is, would we stay at the Hotel Paradox next time? That is a paradox for sure. And I will say, I think we would, because frankly, as nice hotels go, as I mentioned previously, Santa Cruz doesn't have a lot of them, and I think this is one of the nicer properties. But by the way, people always ask how much we ended up paying for this hotel. Rates fluctuate, but when we were here in February 2019, we paid about $200 a night for the room at this hotel. Well, so if you come to Santa Cruz, definitely consider staying at the Hotel Paradox and solve the paradox for yourself. And if you're coming to Santa Cruz, we also have a video all about what to do in Santa Cruz, what to know. Check that out. All right, well, we won't say goodbye because we'll see you in the next video.